What's up, guys? Welcome to the Matthew Mounts Fitness channel / vlogs, where I'm just going to be going around showing y'all my daily life, what I like, what I don't like, stuff like that. And so for the first video, I kind of want to do a get to know me type of thing, let y'all know who I am, what I do, and the sole purposes of my social media platforms. So to start things off, my name is Matthew Mounts. I'm a 21-year-old from Mansfield, Texas. I just turned 21, and a lot of people would say I'm a bodybuilder. I wouldn't really put that narrative on me, only because I don't compete. I do train in a way that resembles more like a bodybuilder style, and I definitely eat more like a bodybuilder. I'm very strict on my macros, whether I'm bulking or cutting. And so for that reason, I can see why people would call me that, but me personally, I don't really like to call myself that, just because it takes away from the beauty of the sport. And those people who actually compete, that's what you earned the title from. So I'll say I'm a lifestyle fitness type of dude who wants to share some real knowledge with y'all. So quick backstory to let y'all know who I am and where I've got to this point. Growing up, I was kind of like a regular kid, maybe like a little bit more chubby when I was like 10 years old or so. And as the years went on, I was, like 13, 14, 15, entering high school. I got a little bit more into fitness, and actually the way I started fitness was running 3 miles every day. I got into football, I was playing a little bit of soccer, and I would go and run 3 miles every day, whether it was after football practice or after soccer practice. That's what I did to, in my head, fulfill my fitness or fulfill my, goals for that day. It was gonna help me somehow. And that was in the very, very beginning of things where I didn't really know calories in versus calories out. I was very like I said, I was new to the fitness game. That's all right, everybody starts there. Everybody starts with a different little level of knowledge. And that's another reason for this channel, and you'll learn that soon. So fast forward, I'm a pretty skinny kid, as you can see here. Put it up right here. I get down to about 150, I think. From 150 to 160, man. Like, I was a bag of bones, I'll tell you that. I was very, very small, but I had big aspirations, man. And that really came from when I found the gym. So I stopped running as much, and I started to lift some weights, pick up some weights. And man, it just started there. And I started in a real small gym. I still remember this day. It was just a personally owned, old school, just nice, like you see in the movies of like old school lifters. That's what it was called. Utopia. It's an awesome gym here in Mansfield. Some of y'all who watch this may even know what that place is, may even went to that gym. It was a really cool place. I really loved it, and I remember going there early mornings after school with some of the buddies or just by myself, and I've always loved lifting weights ever since that moment. And so time goes on, and I get a little bit more serious into soccer, start playing a little bit of select, which is like competitive club soccer over here in Dallas, the Dallas area. And I continue to lift weights and kind of traded out the running for the weights. After a bad game or something happened, after practice, I would go and lift weights. That was my thing. And my style of training back then was, hey, let's see how far I can push myself. Let's see how tired I can make my legs or my arms or whatever. And that's where I did start to put on a little bit of size. As a natural lifter, everybody's gonna just really jump up in their first few years as a natural lifter. That's when you have the most potential, I would say. And so I start putting on some weight. I get up to about the 165, 170 mark my junior year-ish. By my senior year, I'm about 180, 185 or so, like 190-ish. I think like the heaviest I was, and that was when I was like almost even like a little bit bulked up. I was about 190. Still playing soccer, but as I got closer to going to college, started looking at things like that, I did want to give myself a chance to play soccer in college. So I went out. I contacted a few coaches, went to a few tryouts. Some worked out, some were great, some were, hey, we'll see you next time. And I ended up playing at a JUCO college called Angelina College over there in Lufkin, Texas. And the experience in a whole was cool. I got to meet a lot of great people, a lot of great experiences. Played soccer in college. Cool thing to say. A lot of people can't say that, so I am grateful for that. But ultimately, just wasn't happy with the coaching over there. Ultimately, wasn't happy with my experience, and also a little bit of my passion. I came out there really, really passionate, and as time went on, it just drove down just a little bit. And so, end of the season comes, and I tell my parents, tell my coaches, hey, like I just don't think this is for me. My passion isn't there. And so, because I was playing some college soccer, I took a whole year off of lifting, and it's almost like a reset for my body. Just a break from the weights. It was a good thing and it was a bad thing. I just started back from ground zero, and it was tough mentally, but I really enjoyed every step of the way. Up until this point, I really wouldn't do a single thing different. And so I get back into the weights, and season ends, and we still have spring season. And what? Well, I'll just continue spring season and just lift weights. Well, I think the way my genetics are built up and the way I'm built, I hold weight really, really well. Because I jumped from 190 to 220 in about 2.5 months to 3 months or something. I mean, it was ridiculous. And let it be known, like, I wasn't tracking macros at this point. In high school, I did. That's where I learned my base of nutrition. I did track macros in high school. I was a kid who brought chicken and rice and green beans and ketchup to school. I was that weirdo. But like I said, from this point when I start, my lifting experience, I went into a bulk and I had a goal to hit 250 pounds. That was my goal. And ultimately, that goal was to bring me to this point right here. And you'll learn a little bit more about that later. And so, I start playing spring ball at 220. And man, when I tell you my joints were not feeling it, man, it was cool though. It was fun. So spring ball kind of ends up, I'm 220. I go back home. I come to the community college here, and I just continue my bulking process. And I make it all the way to 250, and it was tough. It was tough, eating wise, so physically, and then also just mentally, not feeling like I was at a point where I liked, because obviously I was very, very bulked up, wasn't always happy with the way I looked, but I knew there was an end goal. And I think that's very important for when you're starting out, is to have an end goal and to work towards that goal. Even to this day right now, I do have goals, for what my physique is going to look like in the future. And so I hit 250. And so that was about a year of bulking. It took a whole year just to bulk up, build some mass. And the next day, like a light switch, I just turned it on and went into a cut. And so it was very calculated, every day, following macros, cutting off little calories by little calories every few weeks. And all done by myself. I don't have a coach yet. I would like to get a coach here in the next year or so to bring myself up to a new standard. Or if I go into competing, I would love to get a coach. And so I spent about another year cutting. And it was tough, man. It was tough at times where I was like, man, in my head I was like, can I do this? Is this for me? Am I showing these people what they want to see? Is this, what is this? I didn't even know it at times. Sorry, if it sounds like I'm like crying or my voice is breaking, it's literally just because it's cold outside. I forgot a jacket. But eventually, I do reach 200 pounds. So about the same body fat percentage. I was probably a little bit leaner playing soccer just because I run so much, but about the same body fat percentage. I'm about 15 right now, so not too high, not too low. That brings me to my point here. Now that I have hit the 200 mark at comfortable body fat percentage, I am lean bulking, and so by the end of 2021, my goals would be 215, around the same body fat percentage, a little bit bigger. And so that's a little bit of backstory of me, where I came from, where I started out, just to show y'all it's not just genetics, it's not just luck, it's not just eating shitty food all the time as a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders do, they get that image put on them of they eat chicken and rice all day. That's not true. Well, I'm sure at a certain point it is, but for a regular dude or girl who's just looking to make a difference in her life, physically, mentally, it's not like that at all. And that brings me to this point right here. The sole purpose of this channel and my other social media platforms is to shed some light on the industry for what it really is, to share some information that actually makes sense, that actually works. I'm not looking to sell you any one fix-all pill. I'm not looking to sell you this cookie-cutter workout plan. I'm not looking to just BS you, basically. And I'm definitely not looking to become an influencer. That's not my goal at all. If I don't become famous, that's okay. I'll still be doing this to this day. I would still be working out the way I am, still eating the way I am. This isn't for show. I live this stuff. And that's why I wanted to show y'all this. To show y'all these things are achievable naturally. To show y'all it's not that hard. To show y'all what it really takes to make a change and to show you it's not all genetics. And I think that pretty much wraps up things. Like I said, it's kind of just a quick video to show who I am, where I came from, what I do, stuff like that. That way you can get a little bit of better feel for me. Unfortunately, I won't be able to meet a lot of y'all. I won't ever know y'all personally, but I definitely want y'all to know, or at least have a sense of who I am and what I do, what I'm about. That's pretty much it for my first video. It's kind of just like a get to know me, like I said. I hope you liked it. If you did, drop a follow and drop a like. I'll be posting some more content, kind of like this, more fitness stuff. Maybe some vlogs coming up, daily life stuff like that. Maybe some Q&As if y'all have any questions. If you did have any questions, make sure you drop them down in the comments. I'll make sure to answer any questions you'll have there. I do appreciate y'all, appreciate the follow. I have my social medias up here as well. But until next time, guys, peace.